On today's episode of Hidden Gems, we take a look at the NEC PC Engine. Now, for North American gamers, it's also known as the Turbografx 16. It was originally released in 1987 as the PC Engine back in Japan. It was a very unique console. It had a pretty good library of games, and in my opinion, it was one of the most underrated 16-bit consoles to exist, and I believe it was the first 16-bit console. I could be wrong, but I believe it was the first. Now, what made this console very unique was definitely that it didn't use like regular cartridges. It used something called the Hue card, and it was a little like card about the size of a credit card. It was thin, and you had to slide it into the console in order to play the games, which is pretty damn unique. Now, there's a variety of different consoles you can choose from with the Turbografx or the PC Engine, but what I recommend for you to choose most definitely is the PC Engine Duo RX, which is probably the best version to invest in because you have the CD attachment. Plus, you can play the Hue card games as well. And you definitely want to buy something that you can play the CD games because there's plenty of good Turbografx CD games available. And I would recommend that you get the Japanese console because there's probably more Japanese games available than North America. So now let's take a look at some hidden gems for the PC Engine. We'll take a look at the games first right here. The first game that we have is Dracula X CD. Now right off the bat, this requires the CD console, the PC Engine Duo RX. The animation, the graphics, and sound are absolutely great in this game. It's pretty cool. It's almost like playing the NES version of Castlevania, except of course you have better graphics, you have better music. Everything's a little better on this version. If you have a PC Engine that has the capability of playing CD games, I highly recommend that you get this game, especially if you're a Castlevania fan. It's worth investing in. It might cost quite a bit if you purchase it on eBay, but if you get it for a cheap, affordable price, I do recommend that you get the game. Now, the next game on the list is a most common Turbografx 16 game, but I'm going to add it to the list anyways because I consider the Turbografx 16 a hidden gem in itself. Splatterhouse. Now, Splatterhouse is a pretty damn cool game, as you can see here. It uses the standard PC Engine console or Turbografx 16, and it also of course it uses the Hue card because you don't need a CD for this. It's a nice hack and slash game. It's quite common, but I'm adding it to the hidden gem list because of how obscure and the rarity of the console itself. It's not easy to get. And this game has a little character that looks like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. So the game is definitely a very entertaining game. Now, the next game on the list is an RPG style game known as Dungeon Explorer 2. It requires a CD console, and it's PC gamers claim to enjoy this game back in the day. I'm pretty sure that if you have a PC Engine that could play CD games and you're able to invest into this, buying this game, you might enjoy it. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. And I'm not exactly sure how many RPGs are available on the Turbografx, but this is probably one of the RPGs that are halfway decent, worth playing. Now, the next game on our Hidden Gems list is Dragon Ball Z, which is also another PC Engine CD game. This game is pretty cool because you have cool cutscenes and animation. You have a great fighting action. The game actually plays pretty close to some of the Dragon Ball Z games that you would play on Saturn or PlayStation. And for considering how old this game is, this game looks pretty damn amazing. It's definitely recommended for Dragon Ball Z fans, and it's recommended for fans of the PC Engine, especially those that have a CD console, who want to purchase a pretty damn good CD fighting game. Now, if you want to play something very different on the PC Engine, we have Military Madness. This is like a strategy game. It uses a standard console cue card. You don't need a CD console for this. It's a pretty damn good game. It's one of my favorite games on the Turbografx 16. It's a very nice old school style real-time strategy game. Quite addictive. And I personally recommend this game if you want to check out an actual RTS real-time strategy game on an old school console. I don't care if you have a NES or a Genesis. This is probably one of the best RTS old school games out there from back in the day. Now the next game on our list is also a CD game which requires the Turbografx Duo CD console. Downtown Negetsu Monogatari. Excuse my Japanese, I don't speak Japanese too well. It's one of the best versions of River City Ransom. It might look familiar to you, as you can see right here. It definitely looks like River City Ransom, except with better graphics, better sound. I personally own River City Ransom on the NES. Now, if I had a Turbografx CD console, or a PC Engine CD console, this would be definitely something that I would purchase. It's a great beat 'em up game. You run around, beat up, pick up weapons, you get to go to a market, buy stuff. Definitely pretty cool. Now the next game on the list, I believe it's pronounced Ansan. I could be wrong because I'm not great at speaking Japanese, but this game requires a CD console also, so the Turbografx CD PC Engine Duo game. Another great beat 'em up game on the PC Engine. I love beat 'em up games. I might buy me a PC Engine CD one of these days. Definitely a game that I would play. The game looks pretty damn cool. Look at that. Now the next game on the list right here, on the hidden gems of the PC Engine, Galaxy Deca Gaven. I could pronounce that wrong, I'm not sure if I did or not, but so definitely, look at this. It's a CD game for the PC Engine Duo. It's another additional beat 'em up game featured on our list. Not too many people have heard of this game. Well, I recently discovered this game. I checked it out, and it looks pretty damn sweet. I mean, it's one of those games I do recommend that you invest in if you do have a PC Engine Duo. If you do, you're pretty damn lucky. They are currently going for a lot of money on eBay. And, this game right here makes me want to buy one. Now, the next game featured on the Hidden Gems list is known as Moto Rotor Series 1 and 2. There's two different games, but I feature both in one. This uses the Hue cards. The second one is harder to get, but both games are pretty cool racing games, If you want to get a racing game that similar to RC Racer, or similar to something that you would see on the NES, I would recommend that you get this game. This game is pretty damn cool. Of course, it has better graphics than what you would see on the NES, and the game is pretty addictive, and there's a lot of people that has played this game, and they've enjoyed this game very much. Definitely an underrated racing game on the Turbografx /PC Engine. Now, if you're looking for a shoot 'em up game on the PC Engine, I would recommend that you get Final Soldier. Now, there's probably plenty of shooters on the PC Engine. If you know anything better than Final Soldier, I want you to list it below, because I'm not completely knowledgeable about shooters on the PC Engine, but I'm picking this one out of the wild. Final Soldier on the PC Engine looks pretty cool. This is supposedly one of the best shooters available on the PC Engine. And there's, like I said, there's plenty of shooters on the PC Engine, which makes the console stick out. It's one of those consoles that if you like shoot 'em ups, you probably love the PC Engine. The next game on our list, I'm not even going to try saying that, but it's pronounced in English Photo Boy. I know in Japan it's pronounced like Jikibo, Jikisha Boy, something like that. My Japanese is horrible. I need you guys to help me out a little bit. But this game is also not a CD game, it's a HuCard game, so you can actually play this on the PC Engine. It's a Japanese game. This game is one of the most obscure, interesting, strange games on the PC Engine. Just run around, take pictures. It's very unique, very original. It's a very different platformer looking game. There's some people that have played this game that claim to have enjoyed it very much, so I'm including this game on the list. This list is based on PC Engine gamers and research, so I've compiled this list that way. Now, our final game on the list, which is also a Japanese game with a crazy name, I'm going to try to say it, Genji Tushin H-Dama. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, but it's also a HuCard game for the PC Engine. It's a pretty damn cool game. Look at it, it's like a Mega Man style platformer. It has great gameplay, great graphics, the sound is pretty good. This game right here is something I would definitely invest in. It looks pretty damn sweet. I mean, the animation, everything looks nice on this game. This game is highly recommended by me personally because I think it's one of those definitely a hidden gem on the PC Engine. This game defines hidden gem for the PC Engine right here. Definitely a nice looking game. Now we're going to talk about some hidden gem hardware for the PC Engine. Well, first, right off the bat, we're going to be talking about the consoles for hidden. The Turbografx 16 itself is a hidden gem. It's a pretty damn hard console to find. I mean, you'll be lucky if you find one at a Goodwill or at a thrift shop. But definitely the most hidden gem out of all consoles for the PC Engine would probably have to be the PC Engine Duo. This console allows you to play both the cartridges, not the cartridge, but the cards, and the CD games all on one console. Some of these consoles go for a real lot of money, especially the Japanese consoles, which I do recommend that you get because you can play more games. Now, if you are lucky enough to get your hands on a CD console, I don't recommend that you play burned games on them. Because if you play burned games, I've heard that it actually damages the laser over time, because I guess that's the way the console's designed. It's not designed to get damaged, but this doesn't read burned discs correctly. It will read them, but it won't read them correctly, supposedly. Now, the regular PC Engine has many different variations. I've been on eBay and I've seen a lot of different weird looking PC Engine consoles. Some of them kind of look spacey, space age looking. I don't know exactly which ones are more rare than the others, but I assume that there's certain PC Engine consoles that are probably more rare than the regular PC Engine console. So you might want to, if you want to collect PC engines, you might want to check into that, look it up. Now for additional hardware, there's actually a multi-tab for the PC Engine allowing you to play up to five players at once. Now this is probably really great, especially for Bomberman games. And Bomberman is definitely popular in the PC Engine. Now the next piece of hardware for the hidden gems on the PC Engine would have to be the FX pad, which is a controller, a 6-button controller. And it looks pretty similar to, let's say, the Sega Saturn controller. Definitely great for fighting games such as World Heroes or Street Fighter. Street Fighter is on the PC Engine, and so is World Heroes, and there's probably a handful of other fighters. So that would definitely give you something to play with the FX controller. There's also a few different kinds of arcade stick joysticks available for the PC Engine. I'm not exactly sure how many are available, but there's probably a few different kinds, and I probably think this will be great for shoot 'em up games because you could actually feel like you're playing it in the arcade. Because if you play shoot 'em ups in the arcade, you have to use a joystick, so this will probably enhance your gameplay a little bit, allow you to have a different feel playing a shoot 'em up game. Okay, now down below, if you have any additional hidden gems for the PC Engine, whether it's games or hardware, don't forget to comment below and let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any more hidden gems for the PC Engine. Now I do recommend you guys check out shopgoodwill.com and eBay, because that's definitely probably the best places to find this stuff. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and comment below. And stay tuned for more hidden gems coming in the future, as well as gameplay Palooza gameplay footage. Thank you guys, and have a good night.
Hello, Palooza.